Good afternoon, everyone. It's always a pleasure to meet you guys all over again. Encouraged to see what's new we can learn. I was just thinking, why do we do this every year? Probably calling a few Bollywood actors would probably get in more crowd, and OGTC members and families could have a better time over here. But this is an obligation. Obligation to ourselves, obligation to the society, and obligation to the country, and obligation to the world. 7 years ago, we were able to pinpoint that training's lack of skills in the country was very poor. It was available with very limited people who were good craftsmen, but as you saw some of the eminent speakers talking about, India could come out with a great sample, but failed in doing the production that was required to do. That mainly was the reason of trained manpower in the jobs that they were expected to do was missing. I remember I was probably one of the first members in our cluster to start the operator training, and I was told by the manager who was training them that we were wasting money, because every time we trained them, they worked for a month and they left, and the company was spending money for nothing. The obvious answer would have been, "You're right, let's close it." At that point, I told him, let it be a social service. The company owes it to the society. We are a profitable company. We are picking up people who have very little means of making a living. So just think you are doing a good charity work. So the training continued, and after a month, got the HR together and tried to get into details as to why these people were not working with us. And the HR worked and found out reasons. We fulfilled whatever was needed. Today we retain over 70% of the people we've trained. An average of, in our group, if we have close to 4,000 people, over 3,000 have been trained from scratch that work in our organization. That wasn't enough. We realized the world was asking for more. We said, okay, let's go to the next step. So we got in our supervisors, we got trained, and we thought we were doing well. That was not good enough. You wanted to go ahead. And now the owners and the CEOs are getting trained. So learning is never enough. It will never be enough. It doesn't matter which institute you are from, how well your grades were, how well your position is, as in today's world, there will always be room for improvement. And the moment we sit back, we see there's some competition that comes from here and there and takes over our position. India has had that situation. As a society, I think somewhere we miss the aggression that we should have. Aggression does not mean violence. Aggression means to be brave enough to put your neck forward in trying to achieve what needs to be achieved. In the Western world, it's very common that if you are working in an organization and there is a chain that you report to, that person will actually send a report every quarter what your performance was. Yes, people do get hurt, but over a period of time, people understand, I need to do better. It's a accepted way of running an office, an industry, and a society in the West. That's why there's progress, because we all have faults. Over here, we are a little sensitive about that. If someone was to pinpoint my faults, be sure I'm not meeting him again. And that is the new stigma that is coming into this country, the new energy that is coming into this country. These are the things that really need to be addressed. Will India be on the top? If you ask me, I say yes. There are great possibilities. And there's no reason why it should not be. I think every one of you needs to ask yourself, how would you contribute? How do you contribute? China might have a lot of things ahead of us. There must be other countries that might have a lot of advantages for whatever reason, weather, industry. Under no circumstances it means we can't overtake them. We are a great design center. And if someone was to say why we are a great design center, we actually inherited it. You go to your forefathers, it all came from there, that art came from there. That is why we are a great design center. And I think it's time for us to create new art centers for this new country. We've got to stop playing blame games. You know, this is the way infrastructure it's going to remain that way. They'll improve, will take time. If this thing is missing, that's fine. Let's not give reasons why we are not where we are supposed to do. Let's give reasons as to what I can do and actually make a difference. That is one of the main reasons why Ogtc has this conference every year. We are trying to bring the best of the world to you. What you can take home, how will you use that in your life? Sky is the limit. A small example, go to a saint, sit with him and listen to him, you don't become a saint. But when you go home, there might be something very small you take from him and apply that in your life, and you will see the change coming. You will see the need to go and sit with the saint again because you realized what change he brought. And that is how you grow. And that is the same thing with Ogtc. With all these learned people over here, there will always be something that you can take home and apply that in your life, and you'll see the change coming. Well, I thank all of you for being here, showing the enthusiasm to be part of the new India, and I'm sure all of you will do whatever possible and to get that shining India dream into reality. Thank you.